Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Maths Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. We're going to talk about the 10th law of indices. And please, as I always say, make sure you subscribe. That's the first thing to do. Turn on the notification bell so when I post new videos, you'll be able to know. And if you have questions and there are some topics that you don't understand that you want me to talk about it, just send me an email and I will reach out to you on that. Is that okay? Also, the next thing is that before you go into this law, make sure you've reviewed previous video, especially law 5 and 6, because law 10 is a combination of law 5 and 6. Is that right? Good. So let's go. So there are three things to talk about here, all right? So the first thing is that in order to remove the negative sign, you have to swap the denominator and the numerator. So to remove the negative sign, you have to then swap the denominator and numerator, okay? So like I said in during the advanced algebra, if you have a fractions, a over b, the top of the fraction is called the what? Numerator. And the bottom of the fraction is called what? Denominator. Okay? So in order for it, what I'm just trying to say is that you swap it. So that means in this case, you will swap it, the b will go up and the a will come down. So it's going to become b over a. Is that making sense? So that's what I'm just trying to say here. All right. All right, don't worry. I'm going to solve some questions on that and I'm going to explain it further. Number 2, then you apply law 6. Okay. So you apply law 6 or any appropriate law. Okay. So remember, I always say you can use several laws, okay, to solve a particular question, all right? Then number 3, you then what? You simplify. You then simplify. All right, let's list the rules for this one and the laws for this one. So if, for instance, you have a over b raised to the power minus 1 over n. Can you see? In order to remove the negative sign, we're going to flip this. It's going to be b over a, 1 over n. Are you seeing it? Then we're going to apply law 5. We've done law 5, law 6 as well. Then it's going to be, you open the bracket, it will be b 1 over n divided by a 1 over n. And this is the same thing as saying law 5, that n root of b divided by nth root of what? A. Okay? Nth root of b divided by nth root of what? A. Then also, if, for instance, you have a constant associated with it, so you have a over b minus 1 over n, the same thing is going to be the constant or the coefficient will be b over a, 1 over n. Then it's going to be k b 1 over n and a 1 over n, which is the same thing as saying k, the nth root of b divided by the nth root of what? A. So see, if you are having m over n, so if, for instance, a over b minus m over n, it's going to be the same thing. In order to remove the minus sign, we'll flip it up. So it's going to be a m over n, and that will give us b m over n over a m over n. So like I told you earlier, in order to solve this, it's the same thing as saying either you say the nth root of b raised to power m over the nth root of b of a raised to power m, or you say the nth root of b all raised to power m divided by the nth root of a all raised to power what? M. Then also, if, for instance, you have a constant, so you have a constant like this, minus m over n, it's going to be the same thing. You flip it, so it's going to be k, b over a, m over n, and that will give us k B m over n, and A m over n. So it's going to be the same thing like the C. So it's going to be K nth root. Let me write this clearly. So it's going to be K, the nth root of B to the power m divided by the nth root of A to the power m, or you can say it is K, the nth root of B all raised to the power m divided by the nth root of A all raised to the power what? M. All right. So that is that for that. So basically what I'm just trying to say is that if you have a negative sign, you flip it. So like we say, we just flipped it. Then you put the powers there. Is that okay? And if you have a coefficient, you just multiply it and do it as normal. All right? So let's look at this now. So let's assume we have this question. We have 9 over 12 or 9 over 16 all raised to power minus 1 over 2. Okay? So like I said, to remove the negative power, we're going to flip it. So it's going to be 16 over 9 raised to power 1 over 2. Okay? Then that's going to give us 16, 1 over 2 over what? 9, 1 over 2. Then we're going to find the square root of 16 divided by the square root of what? 9. The square root of 16 is 4 divided by the square root of 9 is what? 3. All right? Now, if, for instance, there's a constant, let's say we have a constant 10, 9 over 16 minus 1 over 2 is going to be exactly the same thing. All right? So you're going to become 16 over 9 raised to power what? Half. And that will give us 10 into bracket 16 to the power half divided by 9 to the power what? Half. And that will give us 10 into bracket the square root of what? 16 divided by the square root of what? 9. And that will give us 10 times 4 divided by 3. And that will give us 40 over what? 3. All right, so that is that for that. But what about if the question was the same thing, but in this case, we are having 9 over 16 raised to power 9 over 16 raised to power minus 3 over 2. It's going to be the same thing. We swap it. It's going to be 16 over 9, 3 over 2. Is that making sense? Then it's going to become 16, 3 over 2 divided by 9, 3 over 2. Okay, so remember we told you that A n over m is equal to the mth root of A all raised to power n, or you can say A raised to power n or mth root, right? Do you remember this? So please review the previous laws. We've talked about this law before. So we're going to apply this now, okay? So this is going to be the square root of 16 all raised to power 3 divided by the square root of what? 9 all raised to power what? 3. The square root of 16 is 4 to the power 3 divided by the square root of 9 is 3 to power what? 3. Is that okay? And this will give you 64 over what? 27. Okay. And also, if you have a constant, so let's call the constant R, okay? The same thing, 9 over 16 minus 3 over 2. You flip it as well. It'll be 16 over 9, 3 over 2, multiplied by R. You're going to give you R, 16, 3 over 2, divided by 9, 3 over 2. You're going to give you R into bracket, the square root of 16 power 3 divided by the square root of 9 to power 3. And that will give us R multiplied by 4 to power 3 divided by 3 to power 3. And that will give us 64R over what? 27. Okay. And that is that for that. Okay. Just a quick refresher when you're solving this. To remove the negative sign, you just flip it. They apply the rule 5 and rule 6 as appropriate. Remember, with rule 5, I told you that to remove the negative power, you have to flip it. Then rule 6, you apply the rule 6 as well, the fractional base power. Then you can also apply rule 7, rule 7 and rule 8, where we talked about that the denominator of the power is the square root and the power is the power of the base. Okay, so you can see that you can apply several laws while you're solving this. All right, so please solve more questions from the textbook. And if you have any question that you're not sure or you're confused, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I'm going to explain it to you, and I will get back to you on it. All right, so we're going to go to the 11th law this time. We're almost there. So we're going to talk about the equalities of indices. All right, I'm going to talk about that together. So like I said, if you have any question, please don't forget to reach out, and don't fail to subscribe so that you can get notification when I upload new videos. All right, see you soon.